Okay, everyone, this is Terrence, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial on creating events, adding users to events, and checking users into the events. All of these tips are actually on the GroupMent platform, so no matter what, you'll always be able to reference them, but it's always valuable to be able to actually see it visually. First, we will begin. We're on the home page. As you see, we have, as a SOC manager, as a local partner, your screen will show upcoming events, and then you'll see this button right here, which says View and Create Events. So we're going to go ahead and click this button and follow the best practice Asia Initiatives model for creating events and then checking in users. So we press View and Create Events. You will see we're viewing this upcoming one. And then right here, we're going to go ahead and press Create Event. And excuse me if you hear any sound in the background. There's another call going on. As you see, these are all the groups or projects I can create events for. I'm going to go ahead and select my SoCCs pilot program, which is something we've been using to test. You'll see it then takes us to this page, and you can always create events from your group page, but if you get started right from the home screen, you'll see right away we have event templates already created for each project. You're always going to start with an event template. If there's not already one created, you should create one. An event template is basically a template you can use for multiple events, so that way you don't have to create a new one from scratch every single time. We already have templates for our events, but we're going to go ahead and select a blank one so you all can see how to start from that. We will name it Test Event for Video. I'm just calling it description. This event is created as a test for video. And we'll have this one be an event where you earn SoCCs. You can then select how many SoCCs they will earn. In this case, let's try 20. This will change depending on whatever the item is on your menu. We'll say the event coordinator. You see we have a few SOC managers, and we have me as the local partner. I'll leave it as myself. We'll scroll down. You can then select the date and time. You want it to always take place in the future. Now select the time and the end time. Make it 2 p.m. on the 27th of April. Scroll down. You can add a photo. I like to do that every day because the photo will always show up for your event template. So I'm just going to choose a random photo I have of some stuff we've been using and try that. Press save. This is just a random photo. And now this event has a photo. Who is allowed to register? This is extremely important. You only want it to be members of the group or your project. In this case, I only want people in my SoCCs pilot program to register. Who can see this event? It's just cleaner if it's only group members. Display on the upcoming events slider on the home page. Perfect. That just means people will see it when they see upcoming events. We want to let people register to this event. Yes. And then we can select when registration will be open from. Always do it from when you're creating the event typically to when the event actually happens, and just have it go until the event starts. You can set attendance limits if you want. You can decide if you want users to notify you if they will not be able to attend an event after they RSVP. But pretty much it's all you need. And then, some more advanced stuff. And typically you then select this, make this an event template for this group. Create, and then you press create event. Let's see what we did. So now we have an upcoming event template. So this takes us back to upcoming events. You see we can now press create event, or we could go over here and go into event templates, but we can just go ahead and press create event. And then you'll see that the event I just created, test event for video, is now a template. Press create event, test event for video. And then it opens up this page where you can then just edit. The title might be lost. You might have to read it in the description, but then it keeps the information about when it starts. It keeps the photo, and it keeps all the other settings. So that's really important. Let me just go ahead and delete the ones we made. And now let's go ahead and, now that you know how to create an event, we're going to go through, selecting the test event for video. Set up tables, because that's what our picture looks like. Tables for people who work at a health drive. These are just examples, placeholders. All the settings are saved. Make sure registration is open until the event takes place. We want the event to actually be on the 27th. Perfect. Scroll down. In this case, you don't need it to be an event template. Let's create event. And now what this means is this event is going to be on the home page. The set up tables is now on the home page. We then will go into set up tables. And you'll see, it has the event, it has the details, it'll show who's attending and so forth. We then want to be able, as a SOC manager, as a local partner, you can actually manage or edit the event. So if you look at manage, we can actually track attendance right here. And there's a few ways we want to do this. Oftentimes we'll want users to self-check in by swiping their ID card. Otherwise, we want users to check in by scanning. You press this, it generates a QR code. Give it one moment to generate. Yep. Here's the QR code. If users scan this with their phone, they'll automatically be checked in and they'll earn SoCs. Users have to both register and check in order to earn SoCs, which is the most important part. Let me go ahead. Okay. So there will be, typically you'll just want users to self-check in with the ID or with the QR code. But you can also track attendance. Let me go back actually. You can also add attendees and check them in yourself. So if you go down here, press add attendees, and then search. I'm going to search my user account. This will allow for users who don't have phones or ID cards, or who you need to check in after the event happens. You will go to people to register, Terrence, and then you can also just straight up check them in right away. But you'll see I'll add them. And then look, I can just press check in. They're all checked in. Okay. So that's how you set up an event and check in attendees. One more way to set up attendees will be, or to add attendees, let's go to the group homepage, My SoCs Pilot Program. See, we can then go to our members. And if you have a lot of members you just want to add to an event, you can just go ahead and select all of them. and press the 3 dots and then add to an event. And this lets you do events both in the past and in the future. So again, it's a great way to check in people who might have not remembered to check in or been able to check in on April 8th, or for an upcoming event, set up tables on the 27th. And this would actually add them, but again, it wouldn't necessarily check them in already unless I wanted to. I'm going to hit close. Normally you'd hit add, but I don't want to send these users a notification. Great. So in recap so far, we've talked about checking in users for a current event, setting up events, checking in users for past events. And just remember, event creation tips, always create events using the existing event template. And if there is not currently one, create one. And be sure to keep registration open until the event takes place. Sometimes when you create a new event, the registration will be not correct, and you just need to verify that the registration is open until the event takes place. Thank you. Appreciate it. And just one more thing to keep in mind is there are always more detailed tutorials on how to create an event, tracking attendance, downloading reports, and so forth. We'll continue to release videos helping you do all of these things. Thank you.